This Touch New Zealand event is proudly supported by Bunnings Warehouse.
Tēnā rā koutou, katoa nau mai hara mai ki tēnei whiringa tō, tō whakaihu waka. It is Counties Manukau taking on North Harbour, Te Raki Pai Whenua. We are live here. It's the Bunnings Warehouse National Touch Championship. This is the Open Men's Final. My name is Hikapene and I'm joined by none other than the Mayor of Waiorea, Mr. Peter McIntyre. Kia ora, Peter Mac.
Kia ora, it's a privilege to be a part of this call in the 2023 Open Men's Grand Final. I said I at the start of this tournament I had a couple of predictions and I was proven wrong, and it's great to see North Harbour and Counties Manukau make this final. We're really looking forward to it.
Here we have our three adjudicators, George Haswell, John Dusto and Alicia Ruaiti, and these are the top three ranked refs. And there we have on the screen, we have both our teams leading them out. We've got Daniel Morgan Putarangi, who's come back off injuries, played some fantastic touch through his. And here we have the Open Men's team. Harbour, there's a lot of good support here for Harbour. Obviously, they were victorious in the Open Women's. North Harbour, so they're featuring very highly here. Also the 21 mixed grade, they won gold in the 21 mixed. So if you're over the bridge and those are your roots, you'll be very, very happy the way that North Harbour's conducted themselves throughout this tournament and also on the big stage. A couple of really happy, smiley people there as the cameraman pans across. Now, Pete, I know we're here on the men's game, but obviously being the Touch Blacks Open Women's League coach, it looked like really, like the skill set's slowly improving in division.
Yeah, I was really stoked to see the Otago team and the North Harbour team there. We've got a bigger plan to change the sort of style of play and the athlete conditioning, and those two teams were probably the most open and athletic out of all the teams. And so I was really, really pleased. Still in looking forward, we've got a lot to develop, but please, we have to, tick those boxes and be happy with where we're at in terms of what those ladies have done. Just a big congratulations to Kimi and Latoya in terms of bringing that together, who are a part of the Touch Blacks squad, and also to the Otago ladies that are a part of it. And right through, I'm really, really happy with how our women's are progressing. Don't get me wrong, we've got some big mountains to cross.
Oh, you want to celebrate the successes, as you say. And I know Meg and Abby captain that Otago side. And also, you mentioned a few, but I thought Tia and the leadership, her.
Oh, exceptional.
And obviously, you don't want to talk about your own daughter there, but I thought Aria was good, just the leadership. And Cody Tote, great mixed player. Oh. She had an outstanding game, but all round, beautiful finishing. It was just a joy to watch that Open Women's final. But here it is. They call it the Ferrari. A lot of respect between these two teams. Obviously, they come out of two really, really proud clubs in Pearl Jam and Loaded, but now they're playing for their provincial colours. And there's a sprinkle of, I see, As1 and then Shiloh and a couple others. So, but here we have it. This is it. They both had very, very tough semi-final matches. Harbour with Waikato and obviously Counties against Bay of Plenty. But here it is. These are the top two teams. So this is the 11th game in 3 days. 4 days, 4 games round day one, 4 games day two, and obviously three today. So 3 games on finals day is quite a big day. But Pete mentioned the conditioning of our athletes. This is definitely going to get you through. And I think Santa Claus is ringing Pete again. He's got a bit of a present. It's becoming quite a habit there. I don't know if the other commentating sports just let you have your phone ring willy-nilly, but obviously we do roll with the punches, but that's how it goes. There's Nat Turner. He came in yesterday expecting a baby very, very shortly. He's come down to support the group, but there's the famous music, and even I could see Peter Mac and Rod, even they're getting excited there, Rod. Now what's it like on sideline? Rod, it looks like the winds, there's just a slight wind there, Rod.
Yeah, the wind has picked up, but the coaches would have picked that up, and they will be playing, back to this commentary side. They'll definitely play that, but you've got key players and indicators who can utilise that, especially in Matt Sinclair for Counties and obviously Daniel Morgan Putsarangi for North Harbour.
Nice, and just coming through the list, there's Flavel, Durban Burgess, Paraki Nicol, Corrigan, Nathan Wollaston, Carter, Jackson, good to see Jackson back, Davis, Caleb, Toby Snellgrove, who's playing in the middle there. We've got Tamatoa Ropati, obviously a local boy, Shaden, Ezra Morgan, Tawhia, younger brother of Daniel, and the coach, very, very top man, Joel Foster, and Saskia is the manager, and that is your North Harbour Open Men's team for this one. There's the three adjudicators, George Haswell, John Dusto and Alicia Raiti. I'm not sure if the counties teams come up, but we've got Andy Bergham, Sean Wilkie, and Nathaniel Turner, Cameron Todd. Boston Fragments have an outstanding tournament. Diamond. We've got Wombat Cello there, Dylan, Maddie Sinclair's superb form, Alex Howarth, Bradley Martin, Riley Harrison, Mark Hotto Hodson, Francis Rocky Morrison, Ryan Alexander and Hutch Matthew Hutchinson, and your coach is Mark Hodson. The managers Philly Anthony Filipina, assistant managers Mr. Charles Wilkie, and hydration is Larson Michael, and tour manager is none other than the lovely Kath Filipina. So there we have it. This is it. But Maya says we've been sitting on the fence. Now you got a sack of Kinners, Pete. Where's it going? North Harbour or the counties?
I think looking at the form of both teams, I'd go with North Harbour at this stage. I think it is a changing of the guard. They were there last year and didn't get the obviously gold, and so that's what I'm looking at here.
Yeah, there we go. There's that little fake dingo play. They run on the outside to Rocky, but Harbour were good enough. And that's the fifth and final play, and they've got to hand it over there. And Wollaston, and they turn this one over quite easily in the end, just shifting the ball laterally. Here comes Slants, just setting up this platform, coming along. Looks like Daniel may come in on this combination. Nice big yards there, Pete.
Yeah, I've been watching the both teams, and I think where they got it throughout the tournament is their prowess with their direct yards and the intensity of it. The counties team are really, really good from end to end, and if we just look at the outcome just there, same sort of style of play.
Yeah, I think Cameron Todd, he comes in and there's, so this is a ruck, but the next drop coming through, it's the next one after this young 16 comes through. Watch here, there's no touch mate, but you got to play to the whistle, don't you? And that was just a little pause with the defence of Counties, so they strike first, North Harbour, 1-0. Here's young Riley Martin on the ball. Sean Wilkie, Alex Howarth coming across this Maddie Sinclair's in superb form. He's always in quite good nick, but he's been quite devastating this week, Pete. Oh,
I've watched his left to right this weekend, and he loads and throws very, very good. I was lucky enough to have him a part of my New Zealand Open Men's, and at that stage we worked out his left to right was one of the best in the game, so he needs to be very prominent on that left to right.
I'm just going end to end. They really get momentum quite nice and clean here. There goes Toby with George Durban Burgess. Here's young Shiloh just outside, just pulling it back to the middle, just giving time for these fresh legs to come on. Here's Daniel back in this combination. He's coming along here. We've got number 15, Shaden Money. Little pop in play there, pop back. It's starting to become a lot more common, isn't it, the pop in and the check back out, Pete?
I think they load for the big. They have a call where they just load for the big, but what it does, they'll isolate the winger with the middle chopper and then follow with the link. So, it is a set piece that they do play. North Harbour, interesting, when Daniel is in a controlling position, I think they need to use him. He's been devastating in this tournament. I've been really impressed with his form. One, he changes the momentum with his attitude to effort in terms of intensity, and two, just his all-round skill set. So he's going to be a big player for them in terms of what they've got.
Yeah, good yards again. Here's hit 3. Corrigan coming along, just biding time for his fresh legs to come on. So that's touch 3. They're into the half. They'll be happy with that. Here's Toby checking it off also to Ramika. Ramika on the ball. He got the first touchdown. Here comes a bit of speed. Need for speed. Here he goes. just running the tuck. Probably didn't quite execute as nice as he would have, Rod.
No, but still a good outcome in the end. You know, they're getting down the field and they're putting pressure at the right end of the park. So it's important that they lift up here and just take a few touches out of Counties before they get up the business end.
Yeah, we've got here comes Nate, Cameron Todd, young Alex is at half. Don't normally see him on the ball like that, Alex. But here goes Nate again, foot hands. Yeah, just execution at the back end of that set.
Yeah, I think that was the importance of the defence through the orange there from North Harbour. Forcing them to pick from a long way out, and it's not it's not the person you want on the ball ideally. So good work from North Harbour.
Yeah, the touch for that generally going to the middle. I guess get the fresh legs on, Pete.
Yeah, I think both sides are just finding their way at the moment in terms of their fluidness out of transition, and their back ends haven't been that clean. If I was the coach, I'd just tell them to ensure that they put it in the right corner. So if it's Counties, they're working from the North Harbour box side, and if it's North Harbour, they're working from the Counties box side. So but Rod's all right, like that through their transition. And as we talk, some great front foot rucking there.
Yeah, George just come over to help out there, and obviously may have left early, but they've been on to everything early. The three referees there, Rod.
Yeah, no, the thing I like is they're keeping some big space here and allowing these boys to play, and that's what we want to see. When there's big spaces there, then it opens it up, and it really does make for some exciting touch.
Here's Wilkie, he's at Boston. Mauri on a sweep, going to step back in. Ooh, he just lost his footing. Nice defensive touch. They got out of that touch quite clean there, Pete.
Yeah, interesting. I talk about Mauri a lot, and he does place both sides, but I think his outcomes from left to right. So if he is sweeping, he needs to set himself up on that, or that 32 peel that loads that, and there's the outcome. His left to right percentages far outweigh his right to left percentages.
Young Boston, just a little bit of foot speed here. They run a little 32 peel, Wilkie clean. Gets around nice and early pop, and then 1-2 straight over the top. That still takes a bit of class to finish those ones. Not a lot of people can finish those, but there we have it. The first touchdown there for Counties. It's taken just nearly 6 minutes, which is quite a long time in any game, but it's 1-1. Coming through, here comes the speed again, Rolleston. Yeah, just handing the ball over, and they won't be happy with that one, Harbour, to tap off after letting one in. Here comes Rocky down the sideline. Nice strong lane. Been hit. Caleb's going well. The Harbour winger, seeing him more and more in the big tournaments. Gets in and makes a good physical touch. There's Maddie there. There goes Mark Hudson. A little late cut. Yeah, that's a good setup there. Another skip ball. Oh, great read from the winger. Good chase. Making him honest. Keeping him honest. Oh, that's good. That's a great chase. And an even better finish. Yeah, what a touch. Look at that, didn't give up at all. It was Sean Wilkie. That's what we want to see.
I have to say, Sean Wilkie's in the best nick I've seen him on for a very long time. And if you're in good nick, you're a happy player, and I think he's playing some happy touch. Excuse the phrase, but he's part of your setup, Hicks.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. I think,
I think one of his teammates might have just come along and slipped one in, and he did. Young Shiloh, and he's lethal at the stuff, Shiloh. But look, he's come from the far link. There was an awesome intercept. This Riley Martin chasing also comes in, puts it in. Corrigan, he felt the touch, but here's the sort of gets around early. It's quite a direct sweep, comes in outside, plays the body, pull down, and there we go. Just strike straight back there, Ron.
Yeah, that was well played, by Shiloh. As you say, round nice and early, and that turn. It's a long way to bend down there. So, Shiloh got it nice and low, really early. So you worked that one really, really well.
It's Boston again. Here's Maddie. So he's going to get this 33 thing go play. Oh yeah. 0-0. Using Maddie on a bit of a fake play there. And we've got Caleb this side now. Caleb's playing both wings, so far side, now he's playing the box wing. Very versatile, these wingers in the modern game there, Pete.
Yeah, myself, I have specialist wingers, I suppose, now being a women's coach, but very, very versatile. Beautiful setup there.
Yeah, think they disguised this one quite well too. It's done it some pretty pure speed. Gets the ball, bang, he still looks at the foot speed, still gets it. Just gets caught on the turn there, pops back in. Yeah, quality finish by Daniel.
I love the connection of the flow, that it's not like they're stopping, like they get a turnover here, so they're going end to end, like that's big ups, that's really good touch.
Yeah, good touch, and I'm sure Raul will be happy with some of the stuff he's seen here. But here's Cameron Todd, goes Mark. Looks like Wilkie's going to come on a dingo play, or just got in the way there. They'll have to reload and reset. Looks like Rocky's on the ball, 32 Peel, just using the speed. Yeah, Toby's a little bit too, picked that one up quite early there. Yeah, they'll be a little bit disappointed on the tap-off. She'll set plays. They just spend a lot of time practicing.
Not a finish you want. You either want to finish with the ball going over the sideline or finish through the line so you can set your defence so Harbour then can't kick out and get a good front foot. And that's a good one from Shiloh. He's actually playing quite well, Shiloh. Another one of yours, Hicks?
Yes, yeah. There's a couple of happy players out there,
right? Yeah.
Been impressed with this young fella. Yeah, great touch. Excellent lift. Excellent lift there by Bradley Martin. Coming through. Wombat, he's had a great tournament. He's in a slightly different combo. He normally playing with Alex in the middles. There's Diamond in on the wing, Cameron Todd. On comes a little bit of an injection. Coming through.
This has worked for them really well. Oh, they run out of range there. So, it's worked for them really well through the rounds where they come into transition through injection. Their back end, however, they're just running their range out, so they're not getting a great attacking platform there.
Yeah, I see the speed just that Boston has on that pick, so if it can be clean, he'll have a big say in this one. But he's Shiloh. It's coming through. Nothing fancy, just setting the tempo on, come the fresh legs. They've really rotated well, and they've got Daniel and Toby on the ball together. Most times they've had opportunities, Pete.
Yeah. Daniel's been outstanding, but this guy here has really got good feet and good speed. He's got a long dive as well. The other one we want to look for is Lance, and when Lance comes into it as well. So, they've got a lot of strike power there. If I look at the other side, like Maddie, Hutch, they've really got to take the bull by the horns here, and ensure that they're at the right end at the right time.
Yeah, haven't seen Hutch. Haven't seen him come on.
Yeah, no, unfortunately in the semi-final, he got injured in that semi-final, and it looks like he hasn't recovered in time. And that's, that'll make a really big difference to the outcomes for Counties. They're going to have to cover that up. But I'm sure that the coaching team have got together and worked out the plan for that. Oh, as you see, George just slipped past. Does he have the legs?
Yeah, they definitely don't give up. Definitely a good chase there, but Georgie just digs it in here. We've got the here we have it. Cameraman with the replay. They'll go back there, but that's only probably touch 2 now. And yeah, they got Daniels out there again. Lance on the sweep. Check back into Nickel. Yeah, Dan was Nate was up for that one, Pete.
Yeah, they run a good little club combo there though, so it's easy to run.
Here comes Dan, might run a little passive. Yeah, little egg ball. Oh yeah, and again that man Bradley Martin. Yeah, play on.
Interesting call there. One ref calls play on, and the other ref calls knockdown, and
Yeah, the on-field ref is the one in control there. As you see, County starting to come through Todd with the ball.
On-field ref's got the money.
Happy ref, happy game.
Nice, I like it. Yeah, good stuff. And there they go. Touchdown. Diamond. Cullum. Yeah, and you just got to roll with the punches sometimes. They play the call.
Yeah, what's next?
Riley Martin
drops in. Maddie's here. Left to right, hits the link. And a good release.
Yeah, Cameron Todd just held the ball up just at the last second, checked it off there, and Harbour's been quite dominant, but when you look on the scoreboard, it probably doesn't paint that picture at the moment.
Yeah, they've got to ensure they don't give them a sniff. Once you get up in this game, you've really got to be ruthless. And I suppose the word ruthless is not the word, but disciplined is more to the fact. Completing your sets. Ensuring you're making them work from the hardest position.
Well, if you're training, as long as you can sort of hang in there, hey, and then make the most of your opportunities. Toby coming across this, George. Yeah, quite like the look of Dylan Brockett, number 8. I haven't seen much of him, Rod. You've seen a bit of Brockett up in Auckland there, 8 for Counties?
Not really, but he is one of the loaded crew, and they've obviously they've worked together for a long time now. So there's a lot of synergies in what they do and the style of play that, as you see Franklin with the ball just trying to drift to the outside there.
Great touch,
nice touch by Judy.
Yeah, good touch, Georgie. They've got really, they hold quite well, don't they, defensively, Pete?
Yeah.
Don't release too early.
I just think the outside off the ball work wasn't very good there. They're all
on attack.
Yeah. So they're running a 32 out or 32 long, and there's nothing outside. The link has actually got to give them an option. Just a little show in there. Once the defenders latched, then tuck into a late, and then option the other side. Yeah, it's something we've really got to improve in our game all round.
Oh, they've really let North Harbour off the hook there. They had them just in their half on 4, and Daniel managed to make about 20 metres on the last one. Rolled the dice on that one.
Yeah. What do you think in terms of the riffing with the contact here, Rod?
Oh, I don't see too much in that, especially when you're starting to come through in angles. It's certainly not warrantable of anything more serious at all, which is what we have seen in some of the earlier games. But it's good to see the refs play on that in instance.
Just in this one here, you watch the setup, they're good. He sweeps just the link line there. Our link lines in terms of New Zealand, we've got to be coming inside shoulder of wing, not outside shoulder of link. If he was an inside shoulder of wing, he's putting that ball down. It's something, again, with our game that we've got to improve.
Here comes the role players. Play through there.
Yeah,
look at this. He lost it. I think he lost it there. That's a great recovery. Excellent recovery from Lance.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to get the ball past or over Lance, which they did. And then, he's just so sharp on that line. But here we go. They got a penalty, offside penalty there.
Yeah.
Maddie's on the ball. If you've just tuned in, this is the Open Men's Final 2023 here at the Papaioia, Manawatu, the foothills of the beautiful, majestic Tararua Ranges. Here's Maddie on the ball, just trying to suck them there. Face play, go through the hands. Yeah, great shot. Yeah, once again that phase line, We get a recount here. Maddie's on the ball. Young Rocky. He's quite good on his feet, Rocky. A little crossover here, Pete. Get it, step back. He's going to run him, slide it in. Yeah, Lance. He's pretty hard to beat, old Lance, on that outside.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of these defenders just pushing for no touches. I wish that they would just go up and actually make it and remove all doubt. Because it does put some doubt into your own defenders' minds as you see the long ball go over.
Great finish from Andy. He's had an outstanding tournament. Still part of the New Zealand men's squad.
The last one I called a little bit wrong, so Maddie is on his left, comes here, and he goes left to right, boom, and it's done.
3-all in the Open Men's Final. It is Counties taking on North Harbour. It'd be a long time since these two teams may have played each other in a men's final, Pete.
Yeah, I think in the women's and the men's to have Harbour in both women's and men's finals. I remember back in the 90s that was something. Good on North Harbour. It comes back to the province setting up their systems and looking after their athletes, and it's good for our game, I feel.
Yeah, man, he done well to get out of that touch, Nate.
Yeah.
On that phase drop, but nice finish. And there's Harbour, they strike straight back, 4-3. There's young Bosni's Wilkie on the ball, Rocky. Here's Maddie Sinclair, looking like a spring chicken on the ball. Look at that speed, over the top again, going to finish in the corner, little check inside. Yeah, Wilkie gets a touchdown, and a little bit of ping pong at the moment there, Rod.
Yeah, exactly what you don't want to get into, if from the coach's perspective. But very well executed as we starting to head into half time. So it's important here for Counties to get a stopper on here, just to try and stem that.
Yeah, And even this skill, Corrigan still had forced them to check that pass, and they were good enough to reload on the inside. But here we go, on the ball. There's Shaden. There's Dan on the ball. Yeah, great touch. Keeping them honest. But Shaden, Monday there, 15. He's been a great role player. They've got real good synergy also with Dan. Just checking it off there. Here's Lance. Shiloh's on the outside. Little two-step play. He's going to try to go through. Yeah, might have tried to pull a penalty maybe on that one. There goes that big hook your bird again, flying in front of the camera. But here we've got some update on the sideline there. Georgie, the crowd is just going ecstatic. Yeah, we've actually lost him. There, the crowd's so ecstatic we've lost him. But we're going to get back into it. Live, you are live. Here's Dan Nicol. He's out there. Here he comes, looks like Shaden. A little bit of a... they're bringing on the fresh legs. Here goes Nat. Looks like George Durban Burgess is out there also. Just trying to manipulate. Here comes the speed. You've got to be careful of the speed. That's what they'll just... That was out of nothing. 14 seconds to go.
Yeah, I write notes on the athletes when I come into this commentary space, and what I write by Nate is I write speed. I've been talking to his mum and dad, and I apologise for pronouncing his name wrong. I should call him Nate Speed.
Nice. Well, Nate Speed, there you go. Well, we've got a 009 from Nelson. One of the Anderson brothers, and we've got a Nate Speed. But there we have it. North Harbour lead Counties 5-4 at half-time.
Well done, team. Keep it going. Keep going. Good work. Yes, good side step. Excellent. Working forward. Well done. Well done, team. Good. For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, but Mahi never stops. Thanks, mate. Okay, team, come on in. Let's go. Let's huddle up. Bring it in, guys. Nominate your homegrown hero today. 1, 2, 3, 3.
Oh, how good is this? Down here on a beautiful day in the Manawatu, Palmerston North, Onley Park. Sort of the heritage of Touch Nationals, been here for many, many years. It's great to be back here. The atmosphere is ecstatic. I'm here with a few supporters here. The beautiful Skylar. How are you finding it? Is it the first time Nationals here for you?
Not Skylar.
Oh, well, it's not Skylar. That must be another date that I had. Your name is?
Izzy.
It's Izzy. Izzy, is it first time here?
I'm just up watching, but yeah, first time up watching Nationals.
You enjoying it?
Yeah, it's been really good level of touch and stuff.
Nice. So you're obviously going to be playing in the Opens very, very shortly. Would you like to bring Nationals back here?
Yeah, back here would be good. It's nice grounds and stuff.
Yeah, there was 3 days of action with Masters. Did you enjoy that stuff?
Yeah, that was good too.
Good stuff. I heard back in the day some really good prize givings and functions back in the day. Izzy, how old are you?
I'm 16.
16, okay. So what month were you born? November. Let's go back a few months from there. Well, if we do the maths on that one, it might have been a really good Nationals after function, but let's move on. Over here, my mate here, all the way from Otago down south. How are you enjoying this?
I'm loving it, brother. I haven't been here since 2009, so it's great to be back.
Oh, Kyle.
Once when I was a player.
When he was a player, you're still a player. Very good. You're coaching the Open Men's team. How have they enjoyed it?
They've enjoyed it. Put the boys against them, but we stepped up and got some respect from the other provinces, which was good.
Oh, very good, and well done to you. But we got some supporters over here. You guys having a good time? Nice work. Who are you guys going for?
George the Urban Burgess.
Oh, George the Urban Burgess playing for who? North Harbour. There you have it from the folks over here. Go North Harbour. Touch!
What a game! George the Urban Burgess.
Carpi, and there we have it, the crowd. They've come to support their man, George the Urban Burgess. There's a beautiful, colourful crowd out there. But here we go. Shiloh's on the ball, and there's Nate Speed. And on this right leg is another handy attacker, Daniel. He may come around on a sweep here. Yeah, just come check back here. Oh, straight across, and they made that look all a little bit too simple, Pete.
Yeah, that was a great setup. I think Counties really need to get the connection in their defence here. Nate comes, drops in, splits wide to the channel. The link was just so caught, and the link wing come individually. There was no connection, no lift target. So Counties got to be better there.
Yeah, they were really, really tight on that one.
Yeah.
But Dan, his strike rate, not just in this game but through the whole competition, has been very, very high. Here goes Matty on a sweep himself. Still the same sort of plays, slightly different execution. But he's Rocky at left.
Interesting that he wants to come around and go right to left. Every time he's chucked the left, he's come up with money. So I don't know. His coach needs to get in his ear and set him on that left side and let him play ball.
Once again, just starting the momentum. It's Georgie. His choreography, man, I've been impressed with this young fella. On comes Ramika. Paraki. And here's Toby. Daniel again. Second set on attack. He gets on the ball. That's a great touch from Wombat. You're allowed to change your angle now as a defender. Let's touch one. Wombat again. He's had a massive tournament. 2 there. Looks like Matty. Huge meters. Andy's at half.
Better.
Here comes Wilkie 4. Riley Martin off the ball. He's going to drop for young Boston Franklin. Little tuck playing behind over the top. Yeah, but that's good release from that outside.
Yeah, and I think that's Counties at their best. That's their style. They play a real hard and fast rucking game to not let Harbour get any ascendancy on defence.
Yeah, and they get forward pass off the ruck by the looks. So they get one go their way. And I think these 3 adjudicators on the field have just opened the game up really, really nice, Rod.
Yeah, and as we said in the first half, it makes a big difference to the game, and it's good to see that that the players are making the most advantage of it.
Here's Boston. He's also had a great tournament. Shout out to young 16 Ezra. He's playing well. Here's Boston. He's trying to slide it in there. Yeah, ball down. They're going to call him offside, but we've got the luxury. Here it is. Here's the replay. So Boston gets this point defender. It's George on his outside. Just plays the body, slides it on the outside. Oh yeah, and we've got the replay there. Yep.
Yeah, very interesting. Very passive at the touch. I don't know what's happening there, but first he delays getting out and then passive at the 7. If he thinks he's going to man it, you've got to be very, very nimble on your feet.
Yeah, nice. Here's Lance on the ball. Oh, great touch. Oh, Nate. Yeah, I think he caught the touch. It's another man with some nimble feet. Lance at half in the middle. Good seeing Lance on running these sort of plays. Checks back to Shiloh. Goes off his left foot. Little check. A couple of teammates clashing there from the men's program. Yeah, nice. Georgie's just talking about 15 off the ball there. So we've got a recount here. Changing side. Here comes Dan, the man, back on the field. Yeah, great touch again by Wombat. This Wombat there and Alex have been quite a strong middle combination there, Pete. But Dan's back out there.
Yep. And at the moment he's hot. So if he's hot, then give him the ball.
Yeah, great lift by Nate. Yeah, ooh, nice work.
Rod, you've been in the game for a long time now, and it's changed from obviously 5 metres to 7 metres. In terms of what you feel are the important aspects of our game, what's your thoughts there?
I think it certainly has opened up the game. Originally when the 7 metres came in, a lot of the plays tended to be a lot longer, but now as the game has quickened up and everyone's gotten used to it, everyone's starting to play at the feet a lot more now and just really rushing at defence as it tries to retreat. So, that's certainly one aspect of the game that has changed.
Here's Wilkie on the ball. Cameron Todd, Matty Sinclair sitting at right link. They split that way. Oh, a little in between play. Yeah.
As we were talking there, Daniel just pulls off the beautiful pass, hits the link lane. Yeah, Harbour at 7-5. Counties really need to, make sure they stay in this.
Yeah.
At the moment, I feel Matty's trying to do everything for everyone, and I feel that he just needs to come from that left side. I know I keep harping on about it, but his strike rate from that left side is very, very successful, and then that'll open up the middle for the other athletes to do their jobs.
And they go down the field. Lance got about 20 metres on touch one. Now they're down there quite early. Here's the young pup coming through. Yeah, that's still a great set for Harbour. Yeah, just sliding, coming naturally here. Took back inside. There's one. They can get nice targets here. Just running away from their box, but a lot of downtime. It's touch two.
I've watched Counties at their best, and when they're at their best, they are rucking well. At the moment, it's a little bit clunky.
Yeah, they went away from the box on that pattern and just a bit too much downtime. But they're 7-5. There's still plenty of time in this 13 minutes are remaining. Here comes Dan, the man. Every time they get the ball, and that's just great coaching. Get him out every time.
Get him out. When he's hot, save his physicality for the end that he's being most dominant in.
Oh, yeah. What a touch.
Great touch.
Yeah, man, that was top touch. Here they go. There's George. Yeah, it's probably that was quite a lull set for Harbour.
Yeah, Daniel gets on, he lets him attack, then he gets off and puts on his defender partner. Good coaching.
And you see this a lot. I remember used to seeing Counties men's do this quite a lot. Touch one, they'll just pull out of that touch, get a no touch, and Charlie just got them on that one. So that's a bit of a few more grey hairs for the Counties coach.
The Counties setup in terms of their exit hasn't been as physical and dominant as it has been through the tournament, which has got them to the final. So I think if they fix that component up of their game, the transition comes next, and then their exit comes next, and then they'll get a better back end. But if they don't fix that up, they're on a road to a hard fought fight.
Dan Nicol gets on the scoreboard. That's 32 long. Comes over. Yeah, really gets this pass off the deck. Gets him on the outside. Goes through. Ball down. Great stuff, Dan. There we go. They go out to an 8-5 lead. Harbour over Counties. We've still got plenty of time in this one, Pete.
Yeah, plenty of time. Dan Nicol, very experienced. He's been at the Nationals for a long time. He's a good journeyman. Yeah, very quick too, very deceptive.
Yep. Just doing the there goes the master. But man, he gets one or two a game, this boy. And that's a great touchdown for Lance. I thought he's had a really, really solid game, Pete, in the final.
In terms of turning points, like the last try they got was hard fought. Back-to-back tries, however, are real nails, and this one here gets up.
He just read that 32 peel, eh? He read it. And they come. I've been watching him get intercepts off all different pitches, but there you go. Yeah, that one's that's a hard one to swallow sometimes.
Oh, and it's in the context of the game, it's a bit of a killer. Back-to-back from North Harbour, good for them. The number 2 there got up, come out of the zone, made the touch as a link. Great recovery too. And the penalty's actually an alright outcome, really, really good.
Yes. Both these teams, this is the 11th game over 3 days. So the conditioning that these athletes are in is just definitely showing, Pete.
Yeah, and I think 11 games, to be honest, is a lot of games. I look at the quality, maybe the fatigue load and the injury that means for an athletes, but if they find out early and they have a good run in, the thing is a lot of our touches are playing a lot of touch now, so but congratulations to both teams for putting on a spectacle when it's 9-5. They're running.
Yeah, compliments to the healthcare. Here's Matty on the ball through Nate. Yeah, beautiful just took his time there with that selection of the pass.
Beautiful. Left to right again. He's at 90% left to right. Keep him there.
But here he comes. Takes a little bit longer, after that intercept. Just took his time, showed, and through. But just back to the healthcare of all the teams, all the physios that have come down and come in with the teams to keep these athletes in good nick. And we've also got our own healthcare provided by Touch New Zealand. I've seen a few line up over the few days, but it's wonderful, and they're doing a great job. So shout out to all our physios on board and all our healthcare. But here we go. Oh yeah, nice little play. It is Dan the man. Oh, that's another good man. That's they've been getting some nice touches on the line. Dan knew he got touched. He didn't argue that one. Just seen a few Otago supporters in the background. Big kia ora to South and Otago. Travelled the furthest from the south. Here's Dan. Yeah, just going to show off the ball. Yeah, that's a good win for Harbour. We're going to run this little play here again. Gets on the outside. Yeah, look, two teammates.
Great dive by Nate Turner.
Great dive. Before pass off the ruck. Yeah, just the rub of the greens just doesn't seem to be going up their way. But I hear George Jonke's down there, and he's found a couple of supporters. Georgie, can you just say a few provinces that you can see down on the sideline?
Yeah, I was in the midst of a lot of North Harbour supporters there. They were barracking on George the Urban Burgess, and as I speak, they need to shout a bit louder to get him back into the game. Unfortunately, George gets a drop ball there, but he's ready to rock and roll with the scoreline of 9-6.
Nice. Great work.
Rod, 8 minutes to go. What are you saying? What are you saying in the box?
Oh, look, it's still a long way to go on the scoreboard. So it's very gettable, but I think you're right in terms of Matt Sinclair. They just need to get him on the right side of the park, and when he does come to this side and plays back to the right, they're getting results. So they just need to keep going there.
Yeah, just forced that one. That was a good jam from that far side winger. Been impressed with the outsides of both teams here, Pete.
Yeah. It's such a specialist area now, and throughout our country, we appreciate that. If you're a winger, that's one of the most important spots on the paddock, without a doubt, hands down. Yeah. So you got good wingers. That's the start of a good setup in terms of your roster. So so happy that that's changed. The thing about the rest of it is not only our wingers have to be accurate in terms of their technical and tactical, but usually they're playing the whole game. We're running 3 and sometimes, running 2 in some scenarios. So their physicality needs to just be next level.
Oh, great touch. That's a good recovery out of that. Got square, comes through. Yeah, Alex, that was a couple of teammates going on. Slowed the tempo down there too. Probably one of the most static setups I think I've seen them run, Harbour.
Yeah, I don't think Harbour can close shop yet. I really think they need to just make sure they're keeping the foot on the throats. And we're here to see touch. So let's, get ruthless and then put Counties away, because if this man has anything to do with it, he really, he'll be trying till his legs fall off. That's the makeup of Maddie Sinclair.
Nice. 6 minutes remaining. You can hear the rumbles over the Harbour Bridge in Auckland.
Yeah.
I know they're celebrating the women's win and the 21 mixed win. I think they're getting the champagne ready here. This man, to me, he's been my stand-up personally, I think, in all 3 zones. And as I said, he gets a penalty. Yeah, I think he's been my pick personally.
Great intensity. We talk about the champagne a little early for champagne, I feel, Hicks, 6'9", I've seen, big things happen.
Nice. I just thought I'd go fishing from an Aucklander about Harbour. Sorry, Putararu.
Yeah. Big shout out to Putararu, by the way. Shout out to all my cousins.
Stuff. Shout out to Turangi too. Yeah. George is in the house. So I think some of the best pies I've ever had there, Georgie. Oh, nice stuff. And obviously Whakatane, because we've got Rod here. But there's Lance again on the ball.
Beautiful place, Whakatane.
Yes.
Got some good kaimoana there. Usually I used to get a tub of kinners when I go there with, Rod's gone for a dive.
Pete, I heard you had some nice kaimoana while you were there.
Your wife makes the best cream power,
wow.
buddy. Yeah. tino atahua, tino reka. Yeah, it was beautiful. Even if you did cook it at 3 o'clock in the morning, but anyway, that's all good.
Hard man to please. I'll get up early, chop the powers. I'll get told off.
With 4:50 to go, I think Harbour really need to just make sure they keep control of this. Just complete their sets. If they're getting the dots down and holding the ball is a key.
Bradley Martin, Pete, this winger, he's
had a really good tournament.
Yeah.
I've watched him throughout the tournament.
Yep. Yeah, no, and there's some outstanding there. I haven't seen Caleb Decisive.
Yeah,
might have picked up a niggle. Come again, he's Boston, Maddie. This combination.
Just got to get an ident on that strike dump there. He's coming back to a man onside with an early release. Maybe the legs are a little bit tired.
Yeah, here we go. He does a really good pick from that touch one. Coming around, Maddie gets in there. Oh, unlucky.
I think that was a good call. I thought he was narrow in the ruck. There was nothing wrong with that. Didn't have control going into it.
Here's Boston.
But they can't give Counties a sniff here, like the
I just think they ran a little underplay there defensively, Pete, off the ball.
Yeah. And they're renowned for their little underplay. It is one of the defence systems they do run.
He'll take the touch there, Boston. Stepping out here is Rocky. Looks like he's going over to Nate there. Yeah. Oh, that was an opportunity.
Was an opportunity. That link line coming through, he needs to be a little bit more dominant. He's probably strong at the catch.
I'll skip past. Here we go. Touch one.
That's a good kickstart.
Yeah. And he's been the kickstarter, hasn't he? Multiple times.
That's a good kickstart.
Yeah, good timing. Yeah, that's a good touch. Those ones stop momentum.
Yeah, Maddie is working super hard. I take my hat off to him. He's working really, really hard in this contest.
There's Toby. Yeah, ball down. Yeah, looked like ball down there. Is that Tamatoa? He's got to get a number there. Toby, he's got speed to burn.
Oh,
speed to burn. Took his time there. Yeah, Tamatoa. Probably first time called his name. He's done a lot of mahi there, but good transfer, Tama.
Oh, good. Interesting, Toby, when I saw him as a young fella, he's playing on the wing. Now he's in the middle. Speed to burn. Really, really good transition. He's done well there. They play him there all the time too, so really good.
Yeah, I think they played him on a wing in New Zealand. Plays just one of those dudes. I think people thought he's a winger, but he's a very handy middle.
Oh yeah, no, he's got plenty. He's got wheels.
Penalty there. Just under 2 minutes to go. This is the 2023 Open Men's Final. George Yonke's been here since Thursday. Georgie, the Masters started, and how awesome was it to kick this tournament off with the Masters?
Oh, it was an amazing event. It was amazing 3 days leading into this. People are loving it being back in Palmerston North. They love the vibe. They love the fields, how everything's close. The energy's really strong. Just like Counties on this particular moment, getting a dot down. They needed that one, but I think it's one too late with a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, here we go. And it's Maddie again. Maddie Sinclair comes through. Softest net fully stretched. Good honesty there, Dan Nicol, as always. And then Sean Wilkie's had a good tournament. He dots down just in front of the cameras there. But there it is, a minute to go. 10-7. It probably has been the difference, Pete, sort of 3 touchdowns.
Yes, and I take my hat off to Maddie. He conditions himself, and he takes such pride in his conditioning that he has tried really hard. I just think that Harbour have had the ascendancy, in terms of the percentages of their outcomes. They've got a little bit more, I suppose, in terms of tools, in terms of attack, and they've been rather strong on defence. So I talked about not bringing up the champagne too early. You could have a look at the champagne as Harbour go over for their 11th try.
Yeah, there we go. Caleb's come back on. Chooses to pass the ball off to his good friend Shaden, but through the head, just couldn't quite get it. And I've been very impressed with Bradley Martin. But there it is, and they will be crowned your 2023 Open Men's Champions North Harbour over Counties. It's been a long, long time. I think the last time they may have won this grade was in a drop-off against Canterbury and Christchurch by none other than Drummy. So it's been a long, long time in between hangi. But there you have it. North Harbour will be crowned your Open Men's National Champions, along with their Open Women's and along with the 21 mixed. I know their massive teams have come down and done really, really well. So great work. And Pete, it's always a pleasure, Rod. Awesome. Hopefully everyone travels safe. And just a big shout out to a man, Harley Wall. He's the new tournament director. He's taken over after Guy Barden, who's done wonderful mahi. But Harley, and to all your volunteers and your team, tēnei te mihi nui.
Yeah, I'd just like to congratulate Joel Foster. You know, he is a hard grafting, and he's got such passion for the game to bring these guys together, and he's done it in both the men's and the women's. He's a big part of both crews. So congratulations to you, Joel, and your family, and you're a true harbour man, and you need to take some kudos from what you've set up for the men's, and obviously to the coaches of the Open Women's, Latoya and Kimi, you've done the same. So, you know, as a true blue Aucklander, I just want to congratulate North Harbour on their Open Men's and Open Women's gold medals, and to everyone who competed this weekend. In the women's grade, you know, like we're making big shifts there. In the men's grade, great to see you here, and to everyone out there, Mauri Ora.
Yeah, ka pai, and just also want to shout out to the Woodhouse whānau. They've put some good years in time over the years. Also, there's a lot of North Harbour whānau that have been doing some wonderful stuff for many, many years. So yeah, good on them. And I can just see George Yonke, who looks like he's got Daniel Morgan Putarangi about to have a bit of a kōrero. He's part of the youth setup, and he's part of the New Zealand Open Mix. I'm very, very lucky to work with Dan for 4 years, and now he's in the men's program. But we're going to head straight over to Mr. George Yonke, with it looks like the captain of the North Harbour men's team, Daniel Putarangi Morgan.
And what a battle that was. Counties taking on North Harbour. I'm here with Sean Wilkie once again. I had the privilege of having him for the semi-final, which they got over Bay of Plenty. Come down to the final. It wasn't your day today. Talk us through that, how the game played out for you guys.
Look, at the end of the day, full credit to North Harbour. We've had a few trying battles against them in the last coming weeks, and fortunately we've been victorious in a few. Today they were the better team. Through no lack of effort, there was a lot of bloody skillful moments out there, and a lot of just hard ticker moments. So, it was a hell of a game, and congratulations to them.
Nice. It was almost a game of chess, getting backwards and forwards. They just dominated a couple more times to get up there. 3 tries the difference, but very high scoring game. Going to the build up to this and people in the background, is there anyone you want to do a shout out to for the Counties project?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, Kath and Tipu for the whole Counties contingent. They've been huge for us, especially for the Counties men's black team. Massive shout out to them. Also to Anthony Fulapaina, our team manager. He has absolutely gone above and beyond, and the work behind the scenes definitely doesn't go unnoticed. So massive shout out to him. The rest of the management crew, Hutchie, Hodo, Nat and Sinks, played a massive role in getting us to where we've come to today. We're very, very grateful. And just to all of our supporters and the referees as well.
Awesome, well spoken. We'll thank your hairdresser and also your beard groomer, mate. You're looking very good today once again. So thank you very much. Go and work with your team. Enjoy tonight. Valiant effort out there. All the best, Sean. Thank you very much. We're going to make our way over here to Danyan. No stranger to the big screen. No stranger to posing in front of the camera. Mate, what an effort. Mate, it's been a while. You're here. Feeling good? Awesome. Talk us through the game. What was the difference on your side of the field?
First off, big credit to Counties for their effort, and they gave us a good run for our money yesterday and actually got one over us. So I think from me and the boys here, we just look to make a few changes and prepare ourselves well for a hard running game against the loaded boys. So just the big ups to my boys for digging deep in that last 40 minutes, and just happy to come away with the win.
Nice, and that's awesome, mate. You talked to them, you talked about your team. It must be an amazing feeling for you, your heritage within North Harbour, with your whānau being deep in the trenches of there, you bringing back a title for them. And how about the double? Did you realise you guys have the double, women's and men? Oh, yes, he says. Talk us about how you're feeling, mate.
I feel great. I don't think I wonder if that's ever happened if North Harbour have won the double title, but congratulations to the women's team as well. Yeah, it's a pretty special moment, especially my brother, my younger brother, 16-year-old boy, so he got the late call in on Friday, and I think just a really good moment for his first men's nationals title as well, and to be running alongside him is an awesome feeling too. So I'm hanging on by the thread though, so just coming back from a couple of surgeries, but I know the beers will taste greater with that gold medal around our neck. So
very good. Yeah, you look forward to the refreshments with the boys. Glad the body held out. We talked about it with Nelson, a real whānau affair with this touch game. You got to play alongside your little brother. You represented your family, your elders in the North Harbour. Congratulations to you and your team. I'll let you go and celebrate, but you take us out with the same, my friend.
Oh, touch, what a game.
There it is. Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. We're out.
This Touch New Zealand event is proudly supported by Bunnings Warehouse.